We've learned lots of useful information from watching movies. For example, how to effectively shoot back at an enemy, or how to fly away in a spaceship through an asteroid belt. Well, life is long. You never know what could be useful. However, the big screen misleads us a lot, so we still believe in many myths that were created over the years. Today, we've found out what's true and what's not in your favorite blockbusters. Don't forget to click subscribe because here are 12 myths that movies made us believe. Myth number 12. A heart can be restarted with a defibrillator shock. We've all seen scenes like this in Hollywood movies. The hero lies on the hospital bed, connected to the heart rate monitor. Then, suddenly, the beeping stops and a straight line appears on the monitor. Doctors break into the room. One of them screams, "We're losing him! Defibrillator!" Then, dramatic music. Someone screams, "Stay with us!" And it's a miracle. The heart starts beating. The hero is saved. In fact, once a heart has stopped beating, a defibrillator can't restart it, alas. Myth number 11. Chloroform knocks out people immediately. A dark, lonely alley. A criminal covers the victim's face with a chloroform handkerchief, and the victim flutters and falls asleep immediately. Then, the villain just throws the somnolent body into his car's trunk and disappears into obscurity. In fact, it takes up to 5 minutes for someone to feel the chemical's effects, which then last only for a short while. Myth number 10. The police can trace a phone call within a minute. In movies, when the police try to trace a phone call, they ask someone to talk to the criminal for at least 3 to 5 minutes. Keep him on the line, we've almost got him! Sometimes they trace the call instantly. In fact, tracing a phone call takes about an hour, longer than you expected. Myth number 9. The forensic process can solve crimes. If you've ever watched detective shows, you are probably familiar with forensics. Investigators find a bloodstain, saliva, or a hair, and these evidence give answers to all the questions. Then, they just open a database and ta-da! The criminal is found. Actually, it's not that easy. The forensic process only helps to collect evidence. The main work should be done by policemen. Myth number 8. You must wait 24 hours before reporting a missing person. Actually, never do it. Every second is precious when you search for a missing person. Therefore, if you have genuine concerns, you should contact the police immediately. Do not waste precious time. Myth number 7. Drowning victims call for help loudly. In movies, drowning victims call for help loudly while raising their arms up. Actually, it's very hard to notice a drowning person. Usually, they don't get enough air, so they can't call for help. Also, they instinctively use their hands to push themselves up to make their mouths stay above water. Therefore, drowning is actually a very quiet process. Myth number 6. Shooting 2 guns is effective. Shooting 2 guns at the same time looks cool in the movies. Super cool. You might think that a hero is able to kill more criminals in this way and rescue more people. No way. In fact, aiming at 2 targets at once is hardly possible. Myth number 5. Silencers make every gun completely quiet. Actually, a silencer only dampens the noise, but the gunshot is still audible. It is almost impossible to muffle the sound of a firing weapon. A silencer can reduce various decibels, mainly in order to protect your ear rather than disguise your location. Myth number 4. You can unlock a door with a gun. Oh, they always do it in the action movies. Just one accurate shot and the door is open. In fact, a padlock shackle is thick and made of iron. A small bullet wouldn't break it. It would just bounce off the lock. Try the key. Myth number 3. Skydivers can talk to each other during freefall. Do you remember this? In movies, skydivers somehow manage to discuss their last weekends and plans to seize the world during freefall. They laugh, they argue, they make jokes, they hear each other as if they are in the same room. Actually, the wind traveling past your ears makes you deaf to all sounds. In reality, skydivers use gestures during freefall. Myth number 2. The pin of a grenade can be pulled out with one's teeth. Actors do it to impress the viewers because it looks so brutal. In fact, the person would have no teeth afterwards and the grenade would still have a pin. You can only pull the pin with your hand and still with some effort. To prevent an accidental explosion, designers fasten the safety pin with 2 wires. And finally, myth number 1. An asteroid belt is dense and crowded. In movies, a flight through the asteroid belt is very dangerous for a spacecraft because it could collide with asteroids. However, in fact, the asteroid belt looks like an endless desert. There are many miles of vacuum between asteroids. The spacecraft can fly back and forth without any collisions. What other popular movie myths do you know? Share your thoughts with us in the comments down below.